Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a really random video of me eating breakfast and talking to you about bloating. The reason I want to talk to you about bloating while I eat is to show that eating and the resulting effects of eating, aka bloating, are normal. The reason why is because you guys tagged me in a bunch of stuff talking about Amber Rose promoting Flat Tummy Co. and their pregnancy tea. This is infuriating for a number of reasons. Amber Rose claims to be a feminist. She is the founder of the Slut Walk movement, and she's pregnant and holding up a product which says Flat Tummy Co. Because Flat Tummy Co. have just released a product which is aimed at bloating in pregnant women. They've actually formulated a tea for pregnant women. To be clear, it is not a laxative tea. It doesn't have caffeine in it. It's not like their other products in the sense that it's not there to make you poop yourself, as per 99.9% of their product catalogue. Bloat me up, pancakes, do your worst. I'm gonna pour my coffee. To be clear, I'm not criticizing them for the tea itself, I suppose, but I am criticizing them for their marketing and the fact that a huge push for this tea is bloating, to reduce bloating, to deal with bloating in pregnancy. And it got me thinking, bloating is talked about so often, you would think it was a new deadly virus. Like bloating is the new Ebola. Bloating is the new H1N1. I think that's what the swine flu was called. Bloating is talked about as if it is literally the worst thing to happen to women. It's the worst thing that can happen to your body. It needs to be remedied. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be dealt with. And in some cases, that's true. In the majority of cases, it is not. When you look up, and I Googled bloating, I just put bloating into Google, and majority of the results are how to fix it, how to get your stomach flatter. It's not how to feel more comfortable, how to ease discomfort in bloating. It's how to change the actual visual effect of food being in your stomach, or having gas, or, you know, maybe you've eaten more than you ordinarily would, which goes to show, even though people in like the wellness fitness community, I see it with a lot of really specific fitness people who I've talked about previously, and they have their own products to ease bloating, but they don't talk about it from a discomfort level. They don't talk about it from a pain level. They talk about it from a visual, how it looks on your body level, which means it's just another incarnation of you need to be smaller, you need to look smaller, you need to fight against your body to be as small as your mind wants you to be, or society wants you to be. By the way, your body doesn't care what society wants. Your body doesn't care what your ideals are, your disordered beliefs are. Your body is just like, hey, can I have some food and keep your core body temperature where it needs to be, and your heart pumping, and your body moving, and your arms able to wrap around your loved ones, and your eyesight together, and your hearing on track. That's all your body cares about. It's not a clock. It's not judgmental. It's not going to shame you or guilt you. It's just asking for what it needs to keep things running. Speaking of which, pancake. To be clear, there are absolutely medical circumstances where bloating is an indicator that you need to address it, like irritable bowel syndrome, maybe an infection. But by and large, the bloating conversation that we see going on in social media and in fitness communities and with companies marketing stuff like Flat Tummy Co., it's all in the name. They're giving away their true intention. They're giving away what their product is really about, and it's about aesthetics. It's about what you look like. It's about being, you know, militant with what you're eating and how you're responding to it and how you're treating it and how you're easing it, as opposed to just letting your body do what it needs to do and let what is a temporary situation be temporary and pass and come back again and pass and come back again. Nobody can sell you a permanent solution to bloating, because that's not how the human body works. It can't be overridden. You can't put a piece of code in there which is like, we're just gonna cancel bloating out of your operating system. That part of being human and having a human body, you're just not going to do that anymore. That's not possible. And anybody selling you the idea that that's possible or even necessary is infuriating. This is what annoys me so much about the wellness industry, and there was a really great article written recently. I'll put it in the description box below, and I'll kind of put the title of it here because I can't remember it because I'm on holiday and I don't have any information retention capacity when I'm on holiday. But talking about the toxicity of the wellness movement and the wellness industry and the negative impact that it has had and continues to have. And this is part of that. This is selling health and wellness and your increased well-being, which is purely about aesthetic, which is purely about being, you know, a good or a bad person. Sort of, there's a lot of moralistic language used and messages sent, and that they demonize these perfectly normal physical processes in order to implant an insecurity in you, and then they offer you the solution. They have a product, or they have the sponsorship for a product which is going to fix your problem, which is only a problem because they've told you it's a problem. This is the thing about diet culture and all these messages, is that if you honestly sit and reflect for a minute and think, if you didn't have someone telling you that bloating was wrong or bad, or that you needed to or could fix it, if you weren't told and constantly it wasn't reinforced that only certain sizes are beautiful or acceptable or make you special, if you didn't have all of those reminders and the onslaught of advertising and marketing and messaging, and now coming from, you know, our own phones every day, how many insecurities would you or would you not have? I think I would have done away with a lot of them if they hadn't been placed in front of me as if they were fact, as if it was something I really needed to and was obligated to address, right? Like these products which are like, oh, finally, I can do something about this. Like we've all been sitting around waiting going, oh God, is someone going to help me with my bloating soon? Is someone going to help me with my normal bodily function? Any day now, someone will come up with something. And this happens a lot in recovery as well. People freak out about bloating. People want to do something about bloating. People go to really, really scary lengths and measures to address bloating, whether or not it is using laxatives, which, as we know, just leads to long-term digestive issues and damage, and can actually prolong and worsen bloating, which again just highlights and magnifies for me that this is an aesthetic fear that's been planted in us, and something that, yeah, we're told that we need to remedy. It's also something which really only seems to be marketed towards women. I've very rarely seen, if ever, seen products or messaging which is targeted at men, which is super interesting because women, obviously, not all women, but a lot of women menstruate, and there's obviously bloating, which comes along with that process every single month. And the idea that you can remedy that or change that or reduce that is insane, because you can't, to the degree that these people are telling you that you can, and you probably shouldn't. I mean, there are just some things we shouldn't and don't need to interfere with, and that's one of them. What a coincidence, guys. What a coincidence that all these people who highlight what's wrong with our bodies and what's wrong with the processes that they go through to just be human bodies. How funny is it that these are also the people who come up with these miraculous products which are going to fix everything, but never do, except like in Flat Tummy Co's position, they've had people who've ended up in the hospital because of their products. If you've got bloating, which is sort of linked to food and, you know, your eating habits, if it goes away within a few hours or even 1 to 2 days, especially around, you know, when you have your period, and it's not something which just increasingly gets worse and worse and worse and more painful and more uncomfortable, then that's okay. That's just your body being a body. If it does get worse with time, if it's increasingly painful, if its frequency, you know, swings up, then you shouldn't be going to Flat Tummy Co. Particularly if you're pregnant, you shouldn't be going and buying their product. You need to go to a doctor and then potentially go to a dietitian and to actually seek medical treatment. And do you know what the chances are that they're going to say, why did you come and see me? You just need to go and buy Flat Tummy Co.'s pregnancy tea or grab their appetite suppressant lollipops. Zero. There's a 0% chance that would happen. Bloating is normal. We need to stop talking about bloating like it's crazy. I am eating bread and pastries and fruit juice and coffee and pancakes. I'm terrible at mukbanging because I can't stop talking. I am going to go and eat this without talking to you because this is my priority. But after I have this, I'm in a bikini. I'm getting in that pool. There's guys shaking coconuts out of the tree on the other side of that wall who are probably going to be able to see me. I don't care. I'm on holiday. I'm living my life. Bloating is not going to stop me from living my life. I don't have to do anything to fix this. I mean, I'm not going to get in the pool straight away because when I was 4, I got into a pool about 10 minutes after I ate, and they had to empty the pool for reasons I'm not going to specify because you might be eating too. I'm going to leave a great link below to Medical News Today, which outlines the normal ways in which bloating appears and things to look out for in case it is not normal and it does need to be addressed. And funnily enough, they also don't cite Flat Tummy Co. as a great resource or a great product to go and buy to deal with any serious issues related to bloating. Funny that. Now that I'm done ranting, I'm going to focus on finishing my breakfast, and then I'm going to get in the pool, no matter what my stomach looks like, no matter how bloated I feel, because it is temporary, it will pass, it is normal, it is not a big deal. I'll see you guys in a few days with another video. Come and find me on Instagram and Twitter under What Me You Did Next. And as always, much love, take care, bye guys.